All right, sixth grade, how's it going? We are going to talk about science right now. I was going to do a PowerPoint, but then I decided that it was going to be a little too confusing. So I'm just going to do a quick video for you. I'm going to go through all the notes that you need to write down. And then I want you to, if you need to pause me, because I may be going a little faster. I'm obviously not writing things on the board like it's school, but just pause me whenever, write down your notes, and then make sure you watch till the end, okay? So today we're gonna be talking about a funny little thing. And I have some notes for you from my pages, but I also want you to turn to page 109 in your books, okay? So I've already gone through and read through that information, and we're gonna do a little bit of notes from your book, but also from this page that has these pictures, all right? So what I want you to do first is take out from your folder that I gave you with all the animal photos that you were supposed to pick up from school, hopefully. I want you to take out the picture that has the sea star. Okay, it's got all these kind of like sea stars or starfish. Actually, they're called sea stars, the technical term, not starfish. And then we're gonna go through and take some notes. So make sure that you glue this into your notebook, into like an open page. You're gonna need a little bit of room, but it's okay. Make sure you just head it. And it's spelled Echinoderms, but it's pronounced Echinoderms. So it's not Echinoderms, it's pronounced Echinoderms. So remember, we've talked about phonetic spelling, and that's that weird thing that helps us to read it as we're supposed to pronounce it. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna write how it's spelled, which is Echinoderms. And then right next to it, I want you to write Echinoderms. That's gonna be your phonetic spelling. So echinoderms. I know, you guys, I know. I know you're probably laughing at me right now, but it's fine, we're fine, okay? So make sure you glue that picture in there, and then you're gonna write the following notes, okay? So the first thing we're gonna talk about is that they have spiny bodies that are divided into 5 parts, okay? Spiny bodies, 5 parts. If you need to pause me, I'm gonna do like a little pause in between all the notes, just in case you need to pause me. So I'm not weird or crazy, I'm just giving you time to write, okay? So spiny bodies, 5 parts. The next thing we're gonna write is that they have radial symmetry bodies. So in your book, they define radial symmetry as animals. It says a radial symmetry means that these animals have body parts that repeat around a central part. So think of a bicycle wheel, okay? So you have the main middle part, and then you have all these different things that move along the radius. So that's why we call it radial symmetry. So radial meaning around, symmetry meaning that it's the same. So if you fold a starfish in half, it should be symmetrical. Does that make sense? Good. Okay. So they have radial symmetry. Make sure you write down the meaning of that word. It is in your book on page 109, okay? The next thing I want you to write down is that they live in water, and they move around by using thousands of little tube feet located on their undersides. So best example is a starfish, okay? So they have thousands of little tube feet located underneath, and that's kind of what they use to move around, all right? Okay, sorry, I have like things coming in, notifications. Okay, the next thing we're gonna write is they have bony calcareous endoskeleton, okay? They have a bony calcareous, that's spelled Calcerous, endoskeleton. So calcareous sounds like calcium, and that's exactly what it is. So their endoskeleton, which is on the inside, is made up of calcium. All right, so remember, exoskeleton is on the outside, endoskeleton is on the inside. So they have a bony calcareous endoskeleton. We have a bony calcareous endoskeleton as well. So their bones are sort of like ours. Okay, they have no brain, no heart, and no eyes. I can't, you guys. I don't even understand. Okay, they're found in all seas worldwide and at all depths, only marine. So that leads me to believe that they are found in oceans that have salt water, okay? So they're found in all seas, all depths, only in marine. Okay? They can reproduce sexually or asexually. Okay, so their feet have tiny little suckers on them that help the animals stick to the surfaces that they want to be on. Okay, so all these little feet, these little tube feet, have these suckers on them that help to stabilize them on the rocks or whatever surfaces that they're on. If you guys remember when we went to the aquarium, we were able to like touch them and stuff, and some of them were kind of upside down and we were able to kind of like touch all those little feet underneath, okay? Their mouths are also located on the underside, which means that they need to be on top of whatever they're eating to be able to eat. So they have to kind of crawl on top of whatever they're gonna eat, and then they eat it like that. This whole situation of them being on top of their prey, let's see. In your book, it says, since their mouths are on the undersides, echinoderms have to be on top of their prey in order to eat it. Some of them eat whatever floats through the water, such as plankton or other tiny life forms. These echinoderms are called filter feeders, okay? Don't really think you need to know that, but I'm just reading what's in your book. Many of them, however, eat mollusks, which we've already talked about, or even other echinoderms. So they're a little bit of, what's the word when you eat your own kind? Cannibals. It's getting really dark here, distance learning. You guys, it's fine. We're fine. Okay, let's see what other notes do I have on my paper. Okay, so they cannot move quickly. So they have other defense mechanisms. So if there's another animal that's trying to get to them, they are just gonna have to deal. So one of the ways that they have to defend themselves is they have spines on their bodies. They can also hide in different cracks of different rocks where they are, and some of them can also camouflage, okay? There's a really cool part in your book that talks about sand dollars. So it says, perhaps you found a sand dollar washed up on the shore. You were looking at the skeleton that was left after the animal had died, and the soft body parts had been eaten or rotten away. So when you see those sand dollars, there's no animal inside, okay? The reason why you're seeing it is because the animal has died, okay? You don't need to write that thing about the sand dollars. Okay, so we need to write about that they cannot move quickly, so they have spines on their bodies. They also hide in cracks and can camouflage. Pause me at any time. Okay, reading on page 109. If a predator grabs the arm of one of these stars, which is a kind of echinoderm, the arm may break off. And as the predator is feasting on said arm, then the brittle star is able to move away for safety. It does not die once that arm is gone, but it will regenerate, so which means slowly grow back a new one. So starfish, like lizards, remember we talked about worms that they can like regrow certain parts of their bodies? Starfish do have that ability. So eventually that arm, you know, will be kind of like smaller than all the other arms, but it will eventually grow back to its full size. Let's see. I think that that's going to be it for these guys. And tomorrow we will talk about, let's see, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to talk about another form of, okay. These are kind of like anemones. Okay, we're gonna talk about anemones tomorrow. But today, I want you to make sure you wrote down all the notes that I gave you and go through in your book and see if there's any other important information. Again, it's just on page 109. Make sure you put in your picture and have all your notes. So today is Thursday. Friday, we'll probably have a little online quiz, or maybe I'll create a fun, I wonder if we can do Kahoots without being together. I think we can, right? That would make sense. I might make like a fun little Kahoot quiz for us on all of the animals that we've learned, or maybe just something else. But next week we'll have just a very simple quiz, or whether it's like something fun that we can be interactive about. Maybe we can do a like Zoom. I'm sure you guys have heard of Zoom. I'm sure you've heard everybody's using it. So like a video conferencing of some kind. I wanted to use Google Hangouts, but Google Hangouts only allows, I think, 25, and there's 26 of us. Well, with me, it's 27. So I think we're gonna have to use something else, like Zoom. So maybe we do like a video conference, and I can make sure that I see all of your notebooks and that you've done all of your notes, and maybe do a fun little quiz of some kind. I don't know. I'm going to try and be creative and make this a little more interesting for you guys. But for now, this is kind of where we're at. So stay tuned tomorrow. Make sure you have your notes for today. I'm not making you turn anything in because we're just doing notes. I will know whether or not you've been taking notes as when we do our quiz, or like fun activity. So do not ignore this assignment. This is still an assignment. It's just ungraded, but you do need to do it just like if we were in class and we were taking notes, okay? So I love you guys. I miss you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for our other animals, okay? Bye.